Shalaka, the video. Khan, in that day thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger.
What did he say? The days from mourning will come to an end, and then I'll slay my brother. When we just say, look, we just got out of Egypt, let us cross through your land, right? What did they say? No. When the Babylonians was spying us out, right? What did they do? They gave intel onto how to help destroy us, man. So even when they wasn't given the power to actively destroy them ourselves, they were aiding the enemy, man. They were giving intelligence into our foes, man.
So that shows you something from the ancient time. We had beef and we had problems from that point in time until now. That shows you this is something spiritual. This is something that ain't gonna never change, man. As long as we living on this planet Earth, man, we always gonna hate the Edomites, and the Edomites gonna hate us, man.
It started in the womb.
Right.
In
the womb.
Right. So this war between the so-called black and the so-called white man, it's been forever. It will be forever. As long as we're in the same universe, there will be beef. There will be enmity between us too, man. There's nothing you can do about it.
And they know that. They know that. You know why? That's why they made it a skin color thing. You see, a lot of Jakes ask themselves like, "Oh, why must a so-called white person hate me?" You know, when we look the same skin color as an East Indian, that got the same skin color as me. You know, but that goes and shows you that it's a spiritual war, okay? Because they're not gonna look down upon a so-called East Indian.
They don't.
With dark skin.
Even a so-called Arab, man.
Arab.
They'll fuck with Arab all day long before they fuck with a Jake, man. And they're terrorists. You know what I'm saying? They're terrorists. They're crazy. They got bomb strapped to their chest.
Right.
But they don't feel uncomfortable around. Even if they got the whole
turban,
the whole shit on the turban, everything, you know, they don't care. They could be speaking that language, and it's such a beautiful language. But let Jake come around saying "Mira, coño," you know what I'm saying? Speak English, you know, go back.
Or let Judah come out with some slang.
Hey, Ebonics. Now you don't speak proper English when you double couldn't speak proper English.
Get the speech up real quick, bro. This is in Amos chapter 1, verse 11. And it says, "Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever." You see? So he kept this, man.
Program now,
right, man.
He was created to have that. He gets a kick out of seeing Jake up's downfall, man. When they look at them, another black kid gunned down in the tree. At the job, they may be like, "This is so sad. It's atrocity." You know what I'm saying? But he deep down inside, man. Another nigga dead, man.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust, man.
That's right.
Another one bites the dust.
Look at Esau.
Yeah, that's Esau. That's all he could do. That's all he could do is just look and keep it pushing. And that's how you know that he's at the end of his rulership, because in times past, you know what I'm saying, he had the power to do something.
Right. They hang us, beat us in the street.
Yeah, they could have hang us on trees, man.
If I may mention too, there's a video going out on IG about back in I think it was the 80s or you know what I'm talking about, with the little kids riding through Esau's neighborhood.
It was the 60s,
and they was throwing rocks at Jake, you know, and they just came through riding their bikes peacefully, you know, trying to chase Jake out the neighborhood, you know. But now you can see that everything's changed around. You know, Esau's coming into Jake's neighborhood, you know, and now, you know, like you said, nation shall go rise against nation. So, you know, when that time comes, that race war starts up. Guess what? Esau's gonna be the first to get it, especially those that are in Jake's neighborhood. They're gonna get it. You know. Now we're gonna be chasing them out the hood. You know.
Right, because they can't see us prospering in any way. So when they see us, they see Jake in the neighborhood, you know, where Jake is, you know, living, so-called, you know. That's when they want to move everything in. Every time, it happens, like it happened in so-called Beacon Hill. We always mention it was called Nigger Hill. You know, you had all these Edomites, you know, move Jake out. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, vice versa. and they play around with the, you know, with the scenario of the land, man, because they just can't get off our asses for a reason. They cover what we got, man.
They covered us.
Okay, I always say it, man. There's only two reasons why you gotta hate. You gotta feel hatred towards the person. You know, either they did you wrong, okay, or either they have something that you don't got. It's plain. It's just plain as day.
Jealousy.
It's jealousy.
It comes down to them wanting your spirit, them wanting your vibration, them wanting all your blessings, man.
Yeah.
All right, your skin color, you know, vibration, your ability to harmonize with the earth, you know, to be the creator, to be followed after, you know.
Right, cause,
You gotta go.
right, 'cause Jake ain't never. If you look at Jake, you know, Jake is a passive, peaceful people. You know, they ain't about hurting people. They ain't about, you know what I'm saying? Even when the devil came over, no matter what island they came over, you know, Jake was always tending, you know, was always caring for you devils, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so obviously, by de facto, you know, it has to come down to jealousy. That's the only reason why you hate us, man. Why you hate our swag, why you hate the way we speak, how the way we cook, the way we do this. You're a playhead, but you enjoy it because you quick in a hurry go down to Cancun and be living it up over there in Mexico or DR, but then you be talking all them spicks, all them wetbacks, you know, stealing all our jobs and doing this.
But you quick to go down to Cancun, spring break, and
or celebrate Cinco de Mayo or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
Esau has this sick, twisted infatuation with Jake, man. This is the reason why you people gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, you enjoy our music, okay? Even down to the your daughters, okay? You eat on my daughters. You enjoy our men, okay? You enjoy us, okay? You enjoy everything we got, man. Our swag, our sauce, man. Okay, I believe Polo got his what do you call it? His brain got up when Jake started wearing polo, bro. Hell yeah, bro. That Jake makes polo.
Yeah, do everything, man.
Yeah, man. I didn't even know what the fuck.
They do everything, man. Nike, everything.
Crystal.
Cool. He makes everything cool, man. And Esau, you know that. You're a dork. You're a geek.
Yeah,
you're
he's
lame,
a geek,
you're
man.
a loser.
Lame. Yeah.
You're dry.
Yeah, exactly.
And you finished, man. You finished, man.
No sauce, man.
He knows that, man. He knows that. He's pissed. He's bitter that he gave up that birthright and that blessing. Now he's seen that we're about to inherit what was promised unto us.
He's a weakling.
He's a carnal man.
We'll close it out on Isaiah 47.
He's a carnal man. But the scripture says this in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse I started 9. It says, "Woe unto him that covet an evil covenant to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil."
You throw a rock and you try to hide your hand.
You know?
You started all this gangster shit and now you want to go hide from what you started.
Right.
You started racism, colonialism, imperialism, you know, all these wars.
The
Trade wars, yeah. When she hit the fin, you wanna go escape like a little bitch and run away from it. Or when you get reapproached for what your forefathers did or what you're doing today, you don't have to it's reverse racism or affirmative action, or you say you come with some fucking bullshit. You gotta drink from that cup, my man.
Right.
Real quick, Ark, the same thing with the reparations. How that dude got on the news and said, well, I don't think it's fair because those people who were involved ain't alive today.
Well,
but yet they benefited.
How about Lehman Brothers?
But that's it.
How about New York Trust? How about all these establishments that was the railroad? How about all these establishments that got you people alcohol, that got your people filthy rich? What you think y'all did with those houses that you got? Did y'all get those houses from 150 years ago and give them away? No, you pass them down to your children. You pass that bank account, them trust funds down to your children. You paid for your children's education with that, and they got a job with that, and they continued on. So we want our reparations, and our reparations is coming with your blood, man.
That same devil that said the same sentiment is the same devil that's reaping and living up the fruits of his forefathers. Because his forefathers, what they did was they established the kingdom. They put the pieces in place so that to ensure, okay, that the so-called white people, you know, like it's written in the Constitution, will have freedom, happiness, and liberty. You know, that's what they did, man. They ensured. Like when you hear schools, I always say, when you hear schools like Harvard, all these Yale, they legit teaching the same curriculum that is being taught in a so-called what do you call it? Those community college. They're the same curriculum that's being taught. The same teachers that teach in this community college go ahead and teach in Harvard. You see, because they're strategically doing that so that they make it impossible for Jake to go to Harvard. Okay, so when you have a Jake that has the same education as a cracker, go and apply for the best job, guess who's going to get the job? The cracker, because he went to Harvard. He got that prestige behind him. Okay, but it's the same curriculum, the same method. Okay, there's only one way of learning. Either it's right or wrong. Okay, there's only one way to build a car, or else it's not a car. You see, the same shit that they be teaching, man. But like I said, they strategically put every to the minute detail. They put everything in perfect order to ensure that they stay on top and Jake stays on the bottom, man.
Hey, that's
what they do.
The system.
Yeah, the system. Yeah, the system
goes back to what? It means a pit.
A pit.
Put you in an entrapment, man. So you can never rise or anything, because that's how you know we're not gonna get reparation for Esau. Because after slavery, that's when the time we're supposed to rehabilitate the people, man.
Right.
Instead, the scripture said what? That you went and you furthered the affliction, man. Because that was never in your mind to help these people, man. Scripture says what? That the wicked, the children of the wicked shall try to seek to please the poor, man. So it's showing you, man, y'all never was guilty or had any remorse what y'all did to the children of Israel, man. You know, scripture says what? Surely oppression makes a wise man man, and a gift destroyed the heart, man. So y'all did everything to keep Jake oppressed. To make sure Jake won't remember anything that was done unto them, man. But,
you turn around and ask why we mad.
Right.
We mad because we being oppressed.
Right.
You know? I got 2 Thessalonians 1:6. See, it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Shemel Shai to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Right.
You know, so it's a righteous thing for the Most High to recompense tribulation. You know, for those that put us in captivity, for them that you know, what's that? Scripture says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, you know, that have their foot upon our necks. That's what they're doing. So it's a righteous thing that the Lord is gonna flip the script, right. You know, and it's only right. You know, that said the Bible. You know, that said Yahweh Shemel Shai.
That's reparation according to the scriptures, man. What the scripture says in number 35 and 33. It says, that you have to shed the blood of them. I mean, it's like it says blood defile the land. So in order to cleanse the land, you have to shed the blood of them that shed it, man. Yeah, come on.
Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Go ahead, brother. Like going into Micah 2:10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it's polluted." And this place is polluted. Why? Because so much slaughter, so much death has been taking place here. You know, so much iniquities here. You know, so that's how you know how we're gonna cleanse it, by those people that caused that. You know, that caused that issue, that caused the problem. That they're gonna have to clean up the mess. Right. You know.
And if someone would have to say and be like, "Oh, them people that did it wasn't here," Isaiah 14:21 says it. It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers."
That's what the devil said. Yeah. The devil said, "Why should we have to pay for something that happened over 150 years ago? We never enslaved nobody." Right. Well, the scripture said, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers." Right. So just likewise, what are we doing here right in America, right? We're paying for the iniquities of our forefathers. Right. Obviously, something went wrong, right? Obviously, some time ago, right, when we weren't born, our forefathers messed up. Something went absolutely wrong, and they were put into hardcore bondage, and now we have to pay for that suffering. All right, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, they were righteous men, but guess what? They were in captivity. They all had the same thing in common. Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Nehemiah,
Daniel.
Who?
Daniel's.
Weren't they righteous men? Right. But didn't they have to pay for the iniquities of some wicked people in their nation? Right. Yes, they did. So you got to pay likewise, man.
The Most High deals with nations.
That's
man.
right. That's how he judges. He judges nations.
Like when King David went off, the whole nation had to pay.
Absolutely.
Because you know,
that's how he did.
Right. I'm saying, I just want to say this, but it shows you that it goes a little further, man. When it says for their forefather, that's just that's the same people that's coming back, man. It's talking about reincarnation, man. Right. Right. When you read in Revelations 1:7, it says, "Even though those that pierce the Lord shall see them," man. So that's talking about that man that pierced him 2,000 years is here today, man. Right. So you are your forefathers, man. So you're in your right lot, man.
Right. Why you pass down your inheritance into your children? Right. So you can receive it back when you come back.
Reincarnation, man.
That's the reason why you in your spirit you want to pass down. Make sure your kid go to school. They pass down the heritage, pass down the business and the trade,
And
so you can receive it back.
And their kids are the same. You know, they want their kids and so forth. And then it's a vicious cycle. Man.
Go ahead, Corrupt.
It's Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
So this is a perfect scripture to wrap up this whole thing, because you've set up systems, the jail mechanisms, the foster parents, the separation, the separation of our women's, the whole. You set up this whole bullshit, man. This whole world, you set it up, man. And now you're gonna reap what you sow. So you just say, come sit in the dust. The dust represents confusion. You set up this whole system of Babylon, which means confusion, bitterness, America. So you're gonna reap everything that you sow, man.
You're right. And the scripture says what? That the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. As well, when you sit in the dust, where are you sitting? You're not sitting on top.
Yeah, not
you're
on
sitting
throne,
at the bottom,
you're on the
man.
ground.
You're on the base. You know, on the floor, man.
That's what it says. It says this. It says, sit on the ground, there is no throne.
Yeah, no more. No more throne. No more power. That's what we're going
right,
to.
brother. Right.
No more. Because when you got a throne, a king just doesn't just sit on a fucking throne all goddamn day. You know, when a king has a crown is a representation of a kingdom. A king has a kingdom. A kingdom is a place. The king has authority. The king has powers. The king gives out orders. All right? You rulership. Going back to power. You are no longer going to have the power to do the things that you're doing.
A king is not a king without people. You know what I'm saying? You need people to
without
rule.
servants, right?
Without servants, right? Exactly. That's what part of a kingdom is. Because otherwise, who you gonna rule? Yourself? Just like so-called white supremacy. You know, in order for you to have white supremacy, to be supreme on top, you need to have somebody on the bottom. So or else there wouldn't be no white supremacy.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why they're not going to give it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody got to be at the bottom.
Hey, that's in the Exodus, man. When Pharaoh let us go, he's like, yo, he thought about it later on. Like, yo, why we let them go, man? Who's serving us, man? Who's gonna serve us, man? Yeah, man. And that's what the Lord said. He saw princes as servants, and servants pretty much upon horses, man.
Yep.
No,
Power, because power, right? When you deal with, you know what I mean? When you deal with electricity, power can never be destroyed. It can only be transferred.
Right. Right.
It's all that energy is always gonna be here.
Right.
It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You can hit a switch and you can transfer it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that it doesn't hit this light,
Right.
but that power is always gonna be there, man.
Right.
So that power is gonna be transferred from what? From one nation to another. And then somebody's gonna lose power and somebody's gonna gain power. It's always gonna be there.
And it's gonna be permanent. That's right.
Yep.
Right.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind mill. Uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, uncover thy thighs, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Perfect scripture to close it out, because this epistle exposes Esau, man. And it further edifies our people, builds up the faith of even us. Because what Paul said, you're supposed to teach yourself first, man. So it'll build us up in the faith, and it lets you people know that, look, man, we come, let's stay up the scriptures. And it's being made evident that Esau is being exposed by this counsel. All right? So with that,
we want to say all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash.
double honors to the head apostles of GMS. Salute to the Yakins that tuned in. Okay, stay strong in the spirit. You know, keep measuring the time. We're almost out. You know, to the next one. Shalom.
Shalom.